B12 deficiencies. How it happens. There are 3 ways to become deficient in B12. The first is through weak digestion, the second is through uptake blockers, and the third is through not taking in enough via diet. Digesting B12 is a complicated process. It starts in the mouth. First, we chew our food. During chewing, B12 is attached to R protein, which is an enzyme in saliva. If we're short on R protein enzyme, we can be deficient in B12. Then, down the chute it goes into the stomach, where it connects with a protein called intrinsic factor. If we are short on intrinsic factor, and some people are genetically predisposed to be short on intrinsic factor, or if we don't have enough hydrochloric acid in our stomach to break down food, we can be deficient in B12. Then, in the small intestines, the R protein is broken off by the alkaline environment, leaving only the B12 and the intrinsic factor. From there, it can go through the intestinal wall and into the bloodstream. But if we are short on calcium, which is the carrier, and if we're short on cell receptors, we can be deficient in B12. So it's a pretty complicated process. Uptake blockers are the second way to be deficient. These are compounds that are similar to B12, but that park themselves in the cell receptors meant for the real B12. It's as if you bought yourself a nice car, but couldn't keep it because someone parked a junker in your space. These junk compounds are called B12 analogs, or cobamides. They can be produced from microbial overgrowth in the small intestine, such as candida, but cobamides also come from multivitamin products that use these cheap analogs instead of the real B12. So if you're taking a multivitamin, you could actually be creating a B12 deficiency. The third way to become deficient in B12 is to be vegan. B12 comes only from animal foods. There is a belief in the vegan community that B12 can be attained from various fermented foods, such as natto. But these are not true B12, but B12 analogs. B12 is stored in the liver, and the body has the capacity to recycle it. Exactly how efficient your body is with this process will be the limiting factor on how soon you become deficient if you're not getting enough. Some people are very good recyclers and can go years without needing more. And some will run out of B12 very quickly. Fortunately, supplementing is easy.